Yeah.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Living Through Art podcast. I'm your host, Elijah Pestana. We have a great show for you today. As you can see, we have Johnathan Garcia back with us at the podcast.
How you guys doing? Welcome to be back.
Kevin Fiol is actually doing the video work here, so everybody give a clap for Fiol.
A little switch up. A little switch up,
but he's actually a professional in this too. So thanks, Fiol, for doing this. And we have our good friend Alejandro over here, Alejandro Monty.
I'm horrible at cameras, so I'm always going to be sitting here.
Yeah, I'm always going to critique him. It's like, bro, you have to put the cable here and all this. He's like, you know what? Just keep me out of it, he says. Keep me out of it.
Yeah,
keep
he already messed up today.
Yeah. But it's a progress. The idea is to learn art and to master it,
exactly.
Right? And we just want to, before we introduce our great guest, we want to thank Florida International University for giving us this space and most of the stuff to be able to promote content creators and art. The whole point of this podcast is where we bring content creators together from various art disciplines, from visual, performing to fine art, so they'll be able to express themselves and you're able to see them show off their work in the end. Now, our guest is really cool, guys. I don't know about you. We've known him personally for such a long time, but he's done so much from video production, direction, performing arts, and now everybody's looking at him for what he's doing in social media. So this Emmy Award-winning performer, a avid friend of ours, and also super hilarious overall, give it up for Anthuan Rubio.
Oh, thank you, guys. Thank you.
Thank you. So you're hearing yourself right? Everything good?
Yeah, everything's cool.
Have you been in a podcast before?
Actually, no.
No, you haven't?
No.
So, I mean...
This is kind of new to me.
This is kind of new to you.
It's cool.
It's cool.
As you can tell, I'm going down.
Down.
Because I'm a very high-pitched voice. So this is very, very, very not like me.
You know, it actually goes to one of my friends. He's in our podcasting course. His name is Tyler. He is super amazing person, and he has this very sweet, delicate voice. But when you hear him talking live, it's just this very powerful bravado voice. Like, wow, Tyler, it's amazing. So I shout out for Tyler.
Shout out to Tyler. Then.
Shout out to Tyler. Shout out to Tyler.
Say something, Tyler.
Say something, Tyler.
Hello.
So Anthuan, if you could tell us a little bit about yourself, and for people to know who is Anthuan Rubio and what does he do for a living? Well, what do you like to do?
Well, like you said, I am Anthuan Rubio. I was born and raised here in Miami, and I've actually been involved in the arts my entire life since I was little. Mm-hmm. I actually started writing stories for fun, actually.
It's like written stories or like scripts? What type of stuff?
I was writing the story and like creating these scripts, and then I would, in my bedroom, I would grab chairs from the living room and grab covers, cobijas, blankets to make like this set kind of thing. And with my plush toys, with my stuffed animals, I would create like this entire environment, like this theatrical performance, and I would tell my mother to record me with her video camera. And that's actually how she discovered that I liked acting or theatrical arts. I had no idea what I was doing. I was literally just playing around, creating and writing stories and just playing with toys. That's what I was doing. That's how the whole art thing was discovered.
So performing arts was your outlet, just like for me and Johnathan and everything. Performing was the thing.
Yeah, it was mainly performing. Ever since I was little, I've been doing the whole performing thing.
Mm-hmm. What about because I know Johnathan played the saxophone, Alejandro played the saxophone. What was because I know you do music. Where did you get your relationship with the music?
Well, with music, when my mother got me into these acting classes, it also came with music, so that we were exposed to the whole singing aspect. And it wasn't classical, but it was more towards the classical kind of singing, because in theater it's like, back in the day, mostly it was towards the classical routes. So we would be singing classically songs. We would sing them classically. So that's where I got my fascination.
Musical theater, operatic
yes.
stuff, right?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Got it. Within that, then you're going more to your life now that we started meeting you in Miami-Dade, right? So were you doing that? I think you're one of the first people that we've spoken to that focused in regards of an education, right? Because most people, they started their profession as our DJ, Johnathan Castillo, went through high school, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Right, yeah.
He did more of focusing on his DJ profession after high school. And then we had Ernie Markers, amazing guy, by the way. See that episode where he started right after high school focusing on his art form. But you actually went within the academic side. So if you want to focus on that before we go to our other questions.
Well, with academics, the whole music / performing thing. I mean, I started getting a little bit into production because this entire story will be going into a segue into production as well. When I was in middle school, okay, when I was little, I always wanted to be in television. Why? I don't know. But I was very fascinated to like be on screen some way, somehow. And then I saw an opportunity in middle school to be in the morning announcements. And I asked the professor to see if he could let me in. He told me, sure, join. The first day he put me as an audio engineer. I had no idea how to use this thing. Literally, he made me use one of these things. And I'm like, never seen this before.
What does this do?
What does... Exactly.
Destroying half of the freaking room.
Pretty much.
Set
I
on
had no
fire.
idea what I was doing, but I learned.
Was running around.
I learned and I was exposed to this entire world of television. I thought it was just a camera and talk. No, there was this audio, there was computers. Like, mind you, there was computers like from the 90s. Like nowadays when you compare like a TV studio from like to back in the day, it's completely unrecognizable. But there was the audio thing, there was PowerPoint that we would use. So I was exposed to that kind of stuff. And then the teacher made me as an announcer for the school. Then as main anchor. And then I took that to high school. And in high school, I incorporated that with the theater classes and also with
All right, guys. Do you think that he has voice for radio? Like,
Absolutely.
Like I see him like, you know, like having his own radio show.
Absolutely.
But my voice is not deep enough.
No, it's not a deep voice. You have an iconic voice.
Hello.
I think honestly, I think everyone has a voice. It's just how you deliver it.
Oh, true.
Tell us the forecast. For
Absolutely.
today.
Yeah.
Tell us the forecast.
It is very hot here in Miami. Very hot and humid.
Bro, phenomenal. He got it right on the money.
Yeah, no. Maybe do like some like Spanish radio, you know, introducing something. Because I know you speak Spanish. You're from Colombia.
He speaks Colombian.
Some
That's fine.
some Univision stuff.
Yeah.
Well, no, Univision is not technically Colombian, pero like...
It's Mexican,
ya tú
right?
Yes.
Okay,
Oh,
yeah.
man.
So.
Yes, no. My family is Colombian. I was born, like I said, I was born.
But you have
raised here.
Colombian culture in your
Yes,
life. That's what I'm
yes.
saying. Yeah, because I'm Brazilian American, but I have Brazilian culture, so I
Yes.
call myself a Brazilian American.
Yes,
So yeah,
yes.
so maybe do some like Spanish, you know.
Señores y señoras, está súper caliente acá en Miami. En los Miamis que no nos aguantamos, este calor está insoportable. ¿Ustedes cómo están haciendo con esto? ¿Ustedes cómo hacen para sobrevivir con estos calores? ¡Ay, caray, carachas! ¡No!
En dicho caso cerrado, Dios
Y he
mío.
dicho caso cerrado.
You need to be one of the announcers for FIFA now.
Yeah, no. enlace. Goal! That tastes so good. Ay. But that's good overall. If you could also check time, that would be helpful for us too. We're trying to reach a certain time frame because one time we reached over our time limit. I'm like, bro, editing this podcast is
It's
crazy.
gonna be fun.
5, 4, rebuttal, you know. But yeah, within that, I think we can start asking like personal questions about you. Besides that, I think you had a question.
Yeah, I had a
My
question.
favorite
because
color is yellow. That's personal.
mine is green.
Oh, I can tell you're wearing
Mine
green.
is not this camouflage. Bro, they were attacking me about my outfit, bro.
What outfit?
What outfit?
What outfit?
I don't see an
Can't see it,
outfit.
Yeah.
You're camouflaged.
All we see
You're just a
is the
floating head with a
glasses.
watch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're here all week, guys. They're here all week. These great comedians.
So Anthuan, you're saying you dabbled in performing and production. I pretty much have two questions in one. So the first one is, which do you prefer, performing or production? And have you ever had a time where you were doing a project where you had to perform and do production at the same time?
That looks like a yes.
I was like all the time.
All the time. Well, when it comes to performing or production, I love performing. I've been doing that since I was little. Again, I did go to school for production. I have a bachelor's in production. But I had to return for music and performing because it felt like something was missing in my life.
It was more gratifying in a way?
Yes, because you get to express yourself. I mean, you get to express yourself a lot with production because you get to create the vision. The problem is that you're not in the vision. You are behind the camera.
I get you. Okay.
So it's like let's say with Kevin, like he's helping here with the cameras, but he's not in the vision, the whole thing.
Yeah.
So that was my thing. So I had to go back into the whole realm of performing because I felt it was driving me insane.
Well, I would say what's interesting is that we need those people behind the camera, not only because of them putting all the setups or doing that what people think is menial work because people only think focus on the camera, but no, they make the things happen. They are the ground workers.
Without production, there is no show. It's like a concert.
Exactly.
People think it's yay Beyonce, yay Lady Gaga, yay Sam Smith. That's the person. What about the person that's putting the lights, putting that background?
That worked on the logo.
The logo.
That worked on bringing the people here. Shout out to Garcia for getting people.
Exactly. The logo, cables.
Don't start with cables. You were bad at cables today.
I'm telling you guys, you messed up already.
Yeah.
I mean, did you get down and connect the cable? Was it
No. But he put it in the wrong side.
Oh, then cable.
The point is the right people in production. I'm just kidding. I love you. Thank you, Alejandro, for looking at the cables.
Production people make the project happen. So I find it very fortunate. I find that I'm very fortunate of knowing production and being exposed to like both the performing and production because I understand the emotion of an actor. Because some people that go into just production, they can go and film like for hours. And I know because I've worked in telenovelas, I've worked in television, and they go for hours and hours and hours without taking into consideration into consideration how the talent is feeling. It takes a lot of emotional and energetic support to bring something into a reality.
But that's what's cool if you want to make your own production, because that's what a lot of people they stray from. They say, "Oh, I'm tired of the one person's idea. I want to, with me on camera, I have an idea and a vision." And then you're able to make your own projects, which that's what you've done. You've done a lot of amazing projects that we'll probably go into later on. But you're considered like what people may call a triple threat overall. You make, in regards of the aspect of production, you work on making your own music. You work on, it feels like that's me. Hey, there's triple threats for every outcome, right? But for you, you're able to produce and direct. You're able to act and perform, and you're able to make your own music. And that's the interesting thing on that.
You're the LeBron of production.
You're the LeBron of production. I think you had something, right?
Yeah, so what I found interesting was how you said in middle school you wanted to be part of the announcement team, right? So that's a very young age. And even throughout high school, there's a big focus on, the theater kids and musicians, but there's not exactly a lot of focus when it comes to the production behind it, expensive equipment and the whole 9 yards. What really pushed you towards wanting to become not only just part of a production team, but your bachelor's, you had it in production, right? What pushed you? That's 4 years. That's a lot of effort and work.
He's learning MDC honors, guys. That's very...
It was 3 years and a half.
3 years and
honors.
Honors. What was the word? That's a good... colloquium.
Colloquium.
Oh my God, yes. The honor students, we were forced to do colloquium. And I still work at MDC with the choirs, actually, to help with the voice parts. And
what's the name of the choir now? Before it was one thing.
Back in the day, it was chamber singers. Now it's singing sharks.
The singing sharks. Yes. Sing with Finn.
Did you know that the mascot for MDC was the shark?
Yep, it was Finn.
Yeah.
So go within that. What got you pushed into production?
Well,
and what made you go all the way, the whole 9 yards until bachelor's?
In 2007, I saw. Don't criticize me for this. Most likely you will. Most likely everyone will. I saw Titanic for the first time entirely from top to bottom. Yeah, I saw the whole entire movie, and I loved how the whole entire creation of the story of the ship, bringing it to life, the lights, the magnificence of the entire story, how it became to life.
I have a question. How did you feel at the ending when he had to like push up?
That's an insider from a conversation before, I think. But that goes into real
Pull up to the door, and you push down. You can't do.
I wish I could see.
We have to see Fiol. I mean, yeah.
You're pushing down.
Okay, there's an entire debate about push-ups, if you're pushing up or pushing down, but that goes far to the point. But here's the big thing. For Titanic, do you think there was space for Jack and Rose in the end in that thing?
Oh, scientifically there was.
Yeah.
There was?
Scientifically was.
I heard scientifically it wasn't.
There was. Scientifically, space, there was. However, with weights, that's another discussion.
It might sink a little bit, but
Yes.
That's what I'm thinking. The water was super ice cold, and if he went in, they would have space, but it would tumble down because of the water.
I mean, what they had to do literally to survive, get into start position. Get into a start position. She gets on the bottom, he gets on the top, or vice versa, however you want to see it. Literally, that's how they could have survived. How did she survive? In start position. She was like this while she was literally seeing her man sink and freeze. I would never let go.
I love you.
Professional actors.
no, even the people who did the movie, they said it like, yeah, that could have happened.
It has been a debate since 1997.
And it continues on.
Yes, to this day, Jack could have survived.
Yeah, forget about world hunger. Could have Jack survived?
Could have survived.
Rose with the plot armor.
And like, but you know, he survived. If he would have survived, though, we wouldn't have the entire story of Jack and Rose.
No, the iceberg was the plot armor.
Yeah.
That was the truth.
Yes, was the plot.
You know what was the plot armor? Capitalism. That was the plot armor.
The Brazilian over here.
Anthuan, I do have another question for you.
Yes.
Yeah, go.
So basically,
Okay, let's get this out there.
I'm literally holding myself.
Let's get this out there. The table makes noise. Welcome to the world of Kamasutra.
It makes a lot of noise. That is
Yes.
literally why you see me like here or very calm.
Or you could open your arms in a way.
No,
but-
Yes.
Quoting from Elijah. Okay, guys, make sure you do not touch the table whatsoever. 'Cause
Elijah.
it will make noise.
He has. He has.
You were saying.
so back to you doing production and performing at the same time. Since you know both worlds basically of the arts perspective, do you think every upcoming artist, whether it's singer, actor, do you think they should know at least the basic fundamentals of production?
Absolutely.
Like a mandatory thing. That
Absolutely. If you want to be a content creator, you need to know about a little bit of lighting, a little bit of framing within the camera, and sound. That's literally all it takes to make something successful. It's pretty much good sound.
And that's the big question that I wanted to ask you, because what is the difference between a performer and a production person and a content creator? Because I personally think there's a difference between that. It's either them put together or it's something that's in a higher state. Could you tell me in your words, what is a content creator?
A content creator is pretty much doing it's a one-man show. A content creator is a one-man show.
Or one woman show? We
Or
don't argue.
one woman, one woman, one man, one thing. Yeah, it's a one individual show.
It's one person show.
It's a one person show.
It's a one-man individual show.
Yeah.
It's a one man show, and this person has to be of knowledge of camera positioning, lighting, and sound. Because I mean, what is the whole point of creating content yourself? To gain views.
Yeah.
Why do you want to gain views? To gain exposure. What type of exposure? It could be any type of exposure, but you want the best type of exposure so people can see you as much as possible. So you want to have the best type of quality visually and sound-wise when you're creating this product.
Could you talk about your experience with, because you do all these productions, how do you talk about some projects that you've been doing in the digital realm of media. So like I know you've been doing a lot of film projects, you've been doing a lot of music projects, and how you've been able to market yourself through the community. Because first of all, he has an Emmy. I think, what was the project that you got the Emmy for?
Well, the Emmy was for this video game concert that was created in MDC. It was
Miami-Dade College.
It was in Miami-Dade College. This huge video game concert that was submitted to the Emmys, and to our surprise, it actually won.
Mm-hmm.
It actually won, not just once, it won twice. Yep. And we were a part of it. I wasn't a part of the production. I was part of the orchestra.
The performing aspect.
And the performing aspect, the choir. Mm-hmm. The professor told us, each one of us were an Emmy Award winner. Mm-hmm. Yes, we don't have the statuette. However, we're all Emmy Award winners because we were part of this amazing project.
I saw you with the picture of the statue, so I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, yeah, I got a picture with it. However, I don't have it at home. I wish I had it. I would be sleeping with that thing. But yeah,
that would be his bunny, stuffed bear.
No, literally. But yeah, that thing is very cold. But point is that I was part of the choir in that, and again, it's all visual. When you are like content creation, when you are being a part of a project, you want to make it look and make yourself look the best possible. There's even one screenshot that they took from us performing, and they made it like a 4 or 5 second segment of the whole entire video. Yeah. Like this very dramatic zoom in, and it was with me going like that because we were singing Skyrim or Halo. It was yeah, we had to do like this entire movement, and it actually made the cut. So being a part of it, it's like wow, amazing. But yeah, you even if you are not the director or producer or anywhere in the creative team, you are part of the creative team when you are doing the performance part, because you're adding your 2 cents to make it the best possible, the best product possible. Yeah, for the audience to see.
Yeah, one is not better than the other. They're both play their parts, and they have to be equal. Without one or the other, you just fail.
Exactly. Yeah.
So I got something for you that I've been asked this a lot within certain careers and all that. You said you were part of a production team. Do you ever feel like you might actually lead the production team and even be in a position of being a director? And why do you think you would fit into that position?
I think they had positions like that, right? If I'm not mistaken.
No, of course. When it comes to, like, for example, in film school, everyone wants to be a director. Everyone wants to be a producer. Everyone wants to be the cinematographer. I, for example, in productions nowadays, like, let's say I work in advertisements, in film commercials. I work mainly is in the continuity department. It works directly with the director. Wow. It's pretty much taking continuity of all the shots, of all the movements, of dresses. So that's where I have been going to. Why? Yeah. Because one, everyone hates it. Not everyone likes continuity.
And you want to be what everybody hates. You got.
Yeah, but no. Because think about it.
The LeBron. The triple E's.
Not everyone likes continuity because you have to have your attention in everything. You have to have your attention with lights, with sound, with external sounds, with what people are doing, with what people are wearing, with the lines, everything.
Like in Game of Thrones, right? With the cup.
With the Starbucks cup. Exactly. Yeah. That is what a continuity supervisor is supposed to be taking care of. Looking at the shot and checking that it's clean, easy. Okay, that's it. Move on.
They had too much budget on dragons.
Yeah, but how do you know Starbucks didn't exist back then? That's my question.
I think it's a fantasy world.
It had the logo.
Yeah,
with the little
Starbucks should be dimensional.
Yeah, like it goes across borders. Is that what you're trying to say?
It's always a possibility.
Yeah,
just how your shirt, we can't see it. Starbucks is the same.
Camouflage.
Were you there?
Were you there?
I think I was.
Maybe.
Is Starbucks in Game of Thrones?
Was it sponsored by Starbucks? But yeah, point is that great directors have a lot of knowledge in script supervision because they are being attentive to each and every single detail.
Yeah.
of the production. Of course, when you get to the position of director, you cannot have that freedom to be like that, because you want to focus mainly is in the visual. And of course, you have your supporting team that is going to help you create that vision alive. And that's why you have a script supervisor to make it sure that everything is clean for the camera, for the image, for the final product.
What is the difference between being a director and being a producer?
Good question.
Director creates the vision, creates the entire image, what's on camera, a director has been described in the film world like a little kid. Imagine a little kid playing with dolls or with action figures. That's how a film director is.
It's like an architect and an engineer.
Yes. And a producer is the one that gives the money, is the one that hires everyone, is the one that puts everything together, gets the director, gets the cinematographer, gets soundman, everyone.
So here's an example of this show, for example, right? I was the one that had the idea of the show.
Right.
I had an idea to put everybody together, and I got the content. I'm considered what would be like a producer. I have stakes in this, right?
Right.
And I would get someone like Fiol, who have experience in film and production, and say, hey, I have this. I'm trying to build this together. Help me make this happen visually, right? So then he would organize, putting where all the microphones are set, getting where all the cameras were being set, and telling us what all we would have to say in our topic. So that would be the director. He is assembling the vision, while the producer itself is establishing the roles and all that stuff.
Notice how he didn't mention the cables.
The
'Cause
cables
that was me.
That would be the best thing.
Great job, script supervisor.
Yeah. Great job. He failed in that. We would actually want to go to the part where what you're currently doing now on social media is that you, as a person who is a digital content creator, you follow a lot of trends, right? And you also try to tribute your trends with your interests. And if people follow you now as of April 5th, 2023 at 7:54, right? Ooh, who knows? You do now adding a lot of workouts in your trends.
Yes.
But you do something interesting and different. Talk about that.
Wow. I started working out 2 years ago, precisely because I'm like, there's a lot of benefits with working out health-wise, but what better motivation than wanting to look good naked? Like, that is my main motivation.
He's right, though. It's so true.
Think about it. Looking good
The
naked.
self-esteem.
Yes. No. It actually helps. Okay. No, but the main reason why this whole thing started with the whole working out is because a couple of years ago, or several years ago, actually, I heard the term Barry hunks. What on earth is a Barry hunk?
What is a Barry hunk? What is that?
A Barry hunk is a baritone. That is a hunk.
The baritone hearing it.
Baritone.
I
hunk.
like that.
It's an actual thing.
Aren't you a tenor?
I'm a countertenor, as
You're
you can hear by the high voice. Yes, by the high voice. Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
Shout out to all my baritones.
Yeah, no, it's an actual thing. If you go online and search up Barry hunks, Bari hunks, you are going to see a lot of pictures of hunky men.
Yep.
But they're singers. They're like these amazing singers with amazing bodies. And that's what I wanted to do with myself. I wanted to be a great countertenor/tenor with a great body.
So what is that called? A tenor hunk or a tenor babe?
Sure.
Tenny baby.
I mean, we
No.
yeah.
A tenny thought.
Yeah. Actually, you can.
Can you talk about how you sing while you're doing push-ups?
Yeah, he's gonna.
Yeah, it's been a question, huh? Mm-hmm. Well, it has a lot of.
It's very interesting. He's gonna show it within the show some cool stuff within that. But yeah, like, it's really interesting.
The thing with working out and singing, what do they have in common? Breath support, breathing. People forget to breathe when it comes to singing, and when it comes to working out, people forget to breathe. Why are some professional singers or heavy lifters very successful? Because they know how to breathe with the weights, with the breath support, when it comes to singing. That's how you do it. It takes a lot of concentration to put two and two together, because you are working with your strength and also like putting your voice into it without adding tension, because that is the, like number one thing when it comes to singing. You do not want to add tension to your vocal cords.
If not,
or to your technique.
you'll affect them in the future, right?
Yeah, you'll affect them in your future, in your future, and you're not gonna have a voice.
Professor Steele, God bless her, she always said that your voice is an instrument.
It is an instrument.
Right?
Absolutely.
Your voice is an instrument, and it's the only instrument in the world that can actually say words or sing out words. So that is the thing. I
Sorry,
actually
saxophone, you don't count.
No,
I
there
do
actually
count.
there actually
A
is
baritone, a barahunk.
Barry, yeah,
There
he's
actually is another part of your
actually,
body.
He's a Barry hunk in the making because he's been going to the gym.
To sigh. I'm trying to squat 350 while singing.
He's a Barry hunk in the making. So
Could you give an example of, let's say that you're lifting a weight, what would be like regular breathing, and then what would be an example of you like doing a singing thing, like
well, just it's pretty much like Fiol is showing.
Yeah, but like audibly, so people could hear. Because remember, this is a podcast, so people have to imagine this. Right?
Literally, okay. When you are about to lift weights, you want to make sure that you take a deep breath and then lift the weights.
Yeah.
When you're exactly ASMR. You want to make sure that you take a deep breath when you take the weight and then release when you go down. The same thing when it comes to singing. You breathe in and then sing. So what do you do in this case? You breathe in and sing and lift the weight at the same exact time. And what is that really doing? It's really helping your lungs and support system to strengthen themselves. Because when it comes to a lot of singing, especially classical and operatic singing, you need a lot of power in those pipes to like sing out in those auditoriums, in those theaters.
Sings operatic music while doing this. It's not like, some Harry Styles, What a minute, sugar. No.
That would sound like I'm dying. Yeah. Exactly, no. It requires a lot of breath support when it comes to singing, and it requires a lot of breathing when it comes to lifting weights. So I incorporate both and put them together to make it something. And it actually helps. It actually helps me in the long run in both departments. In singing, it helps me to control breath and to be able to manage breath as well. Because that is another thing with, let's say, with young singers. Young singers, they take a breath and they use all the breath within the first 5 notes. However, you want to make that breath last as long as possible. So be very conservative when it comes to the breathing. Be very conservative to how you breathe and how you use that breathing, that oxygen, to make the note. The same thing comes when it comes to working out. How much breathing do you want to use? Do you want to use everything? How much oxygen? Do you want to use everything at the very top, at the bottom, in the middle? Like where? You want to use it throughout the entire repetition so you don't fatigue yourself or get lightheaded even. Some people get lightheaded when it comes to breathing.
So while you're going to show that to us, we always do this as a final thing of the podcast, of asking this to our friends and people who come to the show. What do you think, do you consider what you do art as an art form? And what would you tell to inspire future content creators out there who are watching this? So go.
Well, it is artistic. Your body is your temple. Your body is what carries you around until the very last breath of your life. You want to conserve it. You want, like, of course, like I said at the very beginning, as inspiration.
Well, I think we're talking about content creation.
When it comes to the content creation, you want your body to be as best as possible. So when it comes to content creation, if you are creating the content, you want to look your best. If you are appearing in the content in front of the camera, you want to appear your best. So that is my source of inspiration, like looking your best and working on my breathing to make the best possible sound. That's what I've incorporated in my entire life, and especially recently when it comes to working out and putting music together to make one and two work.
How would you consider production as an art form?
Well, production, again, without the sound man, there's no sound. Without the light, there's no emotion. There's no, without the cameraman, there's no show.
I mean, with
There's
cables,
no-
we have to decide, right? With cables, you know.
Without the cables, we wouldn't be hearing ourselves right now.
It's the most important job. Thank you very
You
much.
just had to screw it up.
Yes.
You just had to screw it up.
You just had to mess it up.
I mean, think about it. Have y'all seen SpongeBob SquarePants?
Of course.
Okay, there is an episode.
Is that the pineapple from Under the Sea?
Yes, the pineapple and the rock and that squid thing. I don't
Wait,
know what
where
that
does he
house
live?
is.
In the pineapple under the sea.
That's where he lives.
Yeah.
SpongeBob SquarePants. Okay,
No, it's
point is
honeydew.
there is an episode in which SpongeBob and his friends they're doing a movie. They're creating this huge colossal movie. Patrick Star, his best friend, is the cameraman. At the very end of the episode,
Spoilers for SpongeBob.
yeah, spoilers for SpongeBob. Mind you, the entire episode it has been with a lot of chaos, lots of bloopers. Everything is going wrong. Like it's just bad. It's just chaos. At the very end, SpongeBob sees the camera and says, "Patrick, what's that on the lens?" "Oh, that is the lens cap. I didn't want to lose it, so I just put it right back on when we started filming." And he freaks out. So again, without the cameraman, without the image, there's nothing. There is absolutely nothing. It's like, let's say if Fiol wanted to put the lens caps on
If
these
he
cameras.
had the lens cap on all these cameras, he would not be alive. So thank you, Fiol.
Yeah.
When it's red, does that mean it's not recording?
No,
It means that
when
it's
it read-
recording. It means that it's recording.
Look at that,
Oh my God, do you imagine if it weren't recording? Oh, that would have been
No,
fun.
it means the battery's done.
Dude, that'd be hilarious.
That would have been hilarious.
That would be hilarious. Me
Yes.
editing all this all by myself, that'd be hilarious.
Yes.
Lord. Okay, just give some inspirational thing to future content creators out there, Antoine.
Work on yourself, work on your craft, and make yourself look the best way possible. If you are a content creator and you want people to see you, invest in yourself. Invest in your image, invest in your diet, invest in your health, invest in yourself. Again, because it is what your body is your temple, and it's what's going to carry you to the very end of your entire life. That sounds dramatic. But invest in yourself and invest in knowledge, invest in lighting knowledge. It doesn't have to be something crazy. It could be lighting knowledge, sound knowledge, and also framing knowledge when it comes to content creation, because you want it for the audience. You want an audience. You're creating these products. You want an audience. Make it very captivating. You want the audience to be right there at all times when you post something. Oh, what else did this person post? Why is that? Not just because of how it looks, but also of what you invested in yourself.
And within that, we're going to see this creator himself do some of the things that we're seeing in social media now. So we're going to disconnect all this stuff and we're going to see him performing live with some message from our sponsors. So tune in, guys.
Well, we're here.
Yeah, thank you for taking me to dinner.
Of course.
Hey, do you want to come inside for a drink?
Yeah, give me a second so I can park. You go first.
I'll be there. Wait, where are my keys?
Everything all right?
Don't lock block yourself. Need a key? Call Jerry D. Hey, you. What you doing? Trying to look for a podcast? Are you trying to search for a ASMR clip? Or maybe we were trying to listen to the local news. This just in on Channel 10. Or maybe you were trying to listen to your favorite audiobook that you couldn't find anywhere else. What doth the mighty little breaks? It is the east, and Juliet is the sun. Or maybe you just wanted to hear your favorite celebrity talking about their day. Like, oh my gosh, did you just see what she did to me? It was so atrocious. Well, regardless of your reason, I'm thankful that you're here. Hi, I'm Elijah Pestana, and I want to talk about things that I find interesting. From religion, politics, entertainment, culture. I want to find things that impact my community and possibly you, the listener. So, this is Listening with Eli, and I hope you enjoy the show.
Welcome back, guys. Living through art. As you can tell, it's a little bit different right now. It's just me and Alejandro. You don't see Elijah. Elijah's in the back actually helping out with the camera, making sure everything's good for the podcast. If you guys remember earlier, we spoke about working out and singing, because Anthuan does this thing when he works out that helps with his diaphragm and his lung capacity to make it better for him to breathe and overall give great performance. So right now, we're going to talk to Anthuan right now and give us a demonstration.
Can we introduce Mr. Bond? Anthuan Bond.
Anthuan Bond.
Hi, how are you?
It's a pleasure to meet you,
Nice to
sir.
meet you, bro.
Hello.
Hey, I got a question. I know it's cold in here, but you don't have a jacket or anything. What's with the suit?
Well, like I said, content creation. You want to look your best, or how you want your viewers to see you.
Gotcha.
So, how often do you see someone working out with a suit?
This is my first time, honestly. I'm like,
Exactly. Exactly. Never. So, we're going to be doing some push-ups. We're going to be doing some push-ups together, and we're going to be singing at the same time.
Let's do it. Let's do it. I like a challenge.
So, what we're going to be focusing on is just like normal breathing. Just like when you're about to lift weight or do a push-up, you're going to breathe and exhale. The same thing when you speak or when you sing.
Gotcha.
So we're going to incorporate both of them. So what we're going to do, get on the floor.
Right now. Okay.
Oh, no,
right
no.
now. Okay.
So,
Take off my glasses, please.
Yes.
Okay.
So it's going to be a little difficult with this closed. Okay, so what we're going to do is very simple. Just go. Yeah, oh. Yes, we're going to test your singing skills now.
In that key too?
Yeah,
I didn't know we were going to do this.
All right, man. No
okay,
problem.
fine, baritones. Okay, they want to be Barry hunks, I'm telling you.
Yeah, he's
So,
a bass, he's a bass.
so what we're going to be doing is focus, breathe, and then.
Why you gotta look to the left?
You're in a different key.
Why not
But
to the right?
That's different. That's different.
How do you feel?
How
do you feel?
I like that actually. I like that.
Where
My
was it?
abs, right here. Diaphragm.
You feel it?
The diaphragm.
What is the diaphragm? Not a lot of people understand what diaphragm is. Not even teachers. But yeah, pretty much when you're breathing, you want to fill this up. This is like a
Right.
bag of air, so you want to fill that up, and that's what you're pretty much working out.
Okay.
You're working out the breathing, the singing, and the muscles. You need oxygen if you're in your muscles. How did you feel?
So
As
so confused. I was like focusing on like the notes, and I'm like, wait a second, they're on a
Not
different
about
note.
the notes
No,
today.
wait, I'm on a different note. Wait, I'm still doing a push-up.
You're in a whole different level.
Yeah.
Weird.
I was in my own little world. I was like, wait, no, so they're down. No, wait, no, they're up, so let me go up. Oh, wait, no, but I'm still in the... I was
So
freaking
question,
out.
because I know a lot of people say, like, because, we've sang together, and, the basic breathing technique you always got to do with your diaphragm. How would you explain to people who naturally breathe up top rather than breathing with the diaphragm?
Well, a lot of people have the habit and think that people should sing from their throats.
Right.
That is the last thing you want to do, because if you sing from your throat, you are literally adding a lot of tension, tongue tension. That is just gonna hurt you. At the end of the day.
can I try that?
Try.
Oh my god.
Exactly, you start feeling the pain. You start feeling the pain. And of course, just like everyone else, we all started from square one.
Right.
Back in the day, when I was a beginner, I sounded like that. I literally sounded like Kermit.
Kermit.
Yes, I used to think that the tenor sound was like, no, we're not supposed to sound like this, like Kermit. We're not supposed to sound like Kermit. And yes, until I was told, yo, you sound like Kermit. You sound like a frog. I was literally told by an instructor that once, and I'm like,
how do you respond to that? Right? Okay.
A person initially would be offended. Not with me. I told her, tell me everything. Tell me the truth. And if it hurts, I don't care. At least I know that it's coming from the heart and it is genuine advice. She told me, you sound like a frog. The moment she told me that was the moment that I stopped doing and I started going, like focusing forwards. Forwards. That's another thing that we have to think that when we're singing is sing forward. Sing like you're singing like with your mask here in with your nose and your mouth.
And this kind of helps too because like I'm already as forward as I can go. So for me at least, I pretty much know other way I can do it but forward. So I naturally have to sing forward.
Exactly. And I mean you've done some stage acting. It's exactly the same thing in stage acting. You have to be singing and projecting forward.
Always.
It comes to the same thing here in acting, in bodybuilding. Let's try it again.
Let's do it.
What we were doing is going up the scale. We didn't stay.
I'll stay
Okay,
on
let's
the
try
saxophone.
it one more time.
Let's go.
Saxophones use scales as well. Try again. 1, 2, 3. Okay, he's pretty much in sync.
Off topic, this is literally hearing the opposite of like a Gregorian chant. You're literally hearing like the Temple of Doom music together. Like,
We're in tune, but
yeah, you guys are in
Benny
tune.
scored over there.
No, he's singing like a drone. Back in the Gregorian chant times, there was one person that would literally stay on the same note the whole time, the whole entire time, even though everything was in a different key. The same note the whole time. Yeah. Okay.
So a few centuries ago, I would have been popular.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, some centuries ago.
And do you do this with just push-ups or is there any other work?
No, we can do it also with squats.
Oh.
We can also
Ay,
do
Dios mío, my favorite.
Oh.
Yeah, we're gonna be working.
I'll pass the next one.
No, come on.
What are you doing? Come here.
Oh,
No,
Lord.
He's shy.
You got shy. You got shy.
Oh,
of
you
squats.
Lord.
This guy, man.
He's
Hey,
super red.
it's okay to be red. We'll fix it in the editing.
Okay.
We'll fix it in post.
Fix it in post.
I have to fix it in post.
Yeah, there you go.
You have to fix it
Put
in
a little
post.
filter, yeah.
Okay, so pretty much do the same thing, or we can change the
Vowels.
the vowels, the word, the
Or
word.
the move, yeah.
Ma, me, mi, ma, mu. Okay, fine, baritones. Ma, me, mi,
No.
ma,
I
mu.
want a challenge. Yes.
How about la 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 la?
La 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 la
La la la la la la la la la la la la la la la la la la la la la. How does it feel? How does it feel?
Is this how like the Catholic priests like do their exercises?
I don't think so, but it could work. The thing is that we're incorporating breath support. You're incorporating breath support with the exercise and also with speaking. Look, see? Look, notice that how I'm not
doing it
dying.
too.
I am not dying. It's not sounding like I'm dying while speaking. A person naturally.
Kevin's doing it too.
Hey, why are we still doing squats?
Because
we're part of the. Yes, exactly.
The whole point. How do you feel?
Horrible. I'm doing squats.
You're doing squats, but how is your breathing?
It's horrible. I'm doing squats.
That's the point. The whole point is for you to focus on breathing. And an advanced technique in the singing world is that what he's doing? He's breathing through your nose, which seems obvious. But a lot of people breathe through their mouth because they think it's a lot easier, which it is when it comes to fast singing. When it comes to for example, fast choral singing, you have to do the mouth breathing. It's the easiest.
Oh my God, my friend, that's
but hey, it does. We're working out. and try working out with this penguin suit at the same time.
I can imagine. You must be dying right now.
I kind of am. So, what have you learned? What else do you want to learn?
I want to try doing this with setups.
Setups would be good.
Setups.
At the end, when you touch your elbow?
Setups, and then remember that thing that Professor Steele used to make us do? Shout out to Professor Steele.
Our teacher, our co-teacher.
She'll make us hold out a note. We should hold out a note with planks.
Oh!
We should hold notes with a plank.
No. We need a close up on him.
This guy right here.
This one is the one stressing out.
Let's do it.
This one is the one stressing out.
You know what? Just because of that reaction, we should do the planks first.
Okay.
Yeah,
And just hold the note out.
Okay.
All right. We need a timer, people. We need a timer.
All right.
Let's do it. Let's do 45 seconds.
45 seconds?
45 seconds. Yeah.
Let's see if we can do it. What note? What do you want to do?
Let's do eh. So that I think it's pretty basic. For our friend over here.
No, we want him to open his mouth and or an
ah. And to open up his chest.
Yeah.
Today's chest
Let's try it.
Try that note. Try that note. I think you have to teach him placement because remember, this is a saxophone player. It's not a vocal student, so you have to teach him vocal placement.
Vocal placement.
Yes.
So when you scream, how do you scream? Don't scream like with your mouth. Without actually saying something. When you scream, like a reaction. Ah. Like how would you do an ah?
I don't know.
You would open your mouth.
Or you get burnt. You get burnt. Exactly.
That's another thing. When it comes to singing, a lot of people, because of self-doubt and because they feel very self-conscious, they sing very closed, with their mouth very closed. And that's exactly what we want to open up in him. It's like breathing. You want it open and free.
There you go.
Something like that.
Let's get back to the plank.
Okay, let's get back. Okay, so we're going to do a plank, and we're going to do 1, 2, 3. Ready?
All right, let's do it. You got the timer? Somebody got the timer ready?
I'll count you guys.
All right, up to 45.
45?
45.
Okay.
Right.
You let us know, Captain.
You got it. On your mark, get set.
When did you guys breathe?
We were breathing the whole time.
I wasn't. What do you mean wait? Dude, I stopped like once to go.
That's the point.
And then after, I was waiting for one of you guys to do like a cue to like, and then play. You know, like when you're playing a saxophone, you're like playing a note, and then you keep playing.
But what is the correct term for that?
Skip.
A what?
Skipping. How did we used to call it? What? When we were playing saxophone, you would skip an air or skip a breath.
That is called staggered breathing.
Staggered breathing.
Oh, staggered breathing?
Staggered breathing.
You don't even know what you're studying.
I didn't know it was called staggered, bro.
It's called staggered breathing. When he would breathe, I would breathe afterwards.
Right.
I was listening to him. I was clearly listening to him, and I'm like, okay, he breathed. I'm gonna breathe.
Yeah,
now.
me too. I was like,
so it could sound like the same note. How do you feel? I'm not even gonna ask her. I know. How do you feel?
I want to do it again. I want to do it again.
Feel out of breath.
Why?
So he said he wants to do it again.
I don't know about that one.
Okay, the whole point of this exercise again is to breathe in, like I said, through your nose and take a deep breath. The reason why you feel out of breath is because you felt tense. Yeah. You felt tense because you felt awkward. You're working out and saying like it's not normal. You don't do that.
Exactly.
People don't do that. The whole point of this is so you can feel relaxed. And that is the same thing when it comes to content creation. When you are performing in front of a camera, you want to be as relaxed as possible. When you are working in production, you want to be relaxed as possible. When it comes to working in production, there's a lot of people that are living in extreme tension and stress, which gets everyone else stressed, which gets the whole entire the project stressed. Right. You don't want that. You want to focus on the breathing.
Calm, cool, and collected.
Calm, cool, and collected. Exactly. So that's why this entire exercise, though it looks a little silly, like exercising and singing, yeah. Singing, you have to be as relaxed as possible. In life, you should be as relaxed as possible. Why live in tension? Why live stressed out?
Why do push-ups while singing?
Why not? It helps your breathing. It helps your breathing, Mr. Saxophonist. For a longer note.
It's a jazz band over here.
So, any questions? Anything else that you want to do?
I kind of want to do sit-ups.
You want to try the sit-ups? Should we try the sit-ups? Okay, let's try the sit-ups. How should we position ourselves? Okay, so we can look at the camera. Maybe we can look in this direction. Maybe.
Sure.
What type of sit-ups are we doing?
Regular sit-ups. Regular. We're not gonna do no CrossFit stuff.
You guys look like little brothers together.
Okay. So, what do you want to do? What note? What do you have?
I was thinking, we do what's that thing? Is a belting exercise. I love to sing.
I love to sing.
Yeah, let's do that. I love to sing.
Yes.
Let's do it.
Elijah, why aren't you doing this?
Because I have the camera and you're not good at
attention
cameras.
in the beginning, he's helping the camera so we could do the podcast. Amazing.
Yeah.
So that's how we're doing it? Like this?
It's the best way.
Okay. How do you feel?
Scared.
So, we're going to be doing I love to sing.
I love to sing. So sorry.
You have a bad singer.
Poor guy.
As long as he's breathing, we're good.
Exactly.
Let's try it.
Right.
1, 2, 3.
I love to sing. I love to sing. I love to sing. I love to sing. I love to sing.
Yeah.
Just stay down.
You just stay on the same note and just stay down. How do you guys?
He always stays at that.
Notice that we're both going up. I love to sing. I love to sing.
You got the wrong person to help you guys with this.
But hey, at least he's trying it out. At least he's trying it out. But how do you guys feel?
I feel great, man. I feel like I need to work on calves more.
I feel great, honestly. Like my lungs feel more open. I feel like I could do more reps. I feel great. How do you feel?
Well, right now,
Especially with the suit on.
very hot.
Especially
Actually,
with the suit on.
very hot. But it actually does help with your breathing, and it also helps with your self-esteem.
It was fun doing it. It was fun.
It was
a
fun.
little. It was awkward at first.
It was awkward at first,
but it got fun.
but it got fun. And that is the thing that we have to focus on. Leave tension. Release that tension. Release that stress. Make it fun and relax yourself.
Thank you again, Mr. Bond, for everything. Where can we follow you on Instagram?
On Instagram, you can find me as Anthuan Rubio. ANTHUANRUBBIO. You can find these type of videos, the working out ones, while singing, and also in the stories. I've been posting a lot of poses.
Keep the pose. Keep the pose. Keep the pose.
He's got to work for tomorrow.
Oh, he's got.
Yeah,
He needs
I
it.
gotta sing tomorrow.
This is Left Tops.
This is Living Through Art. Hope everybody has a fantastic day. I'm Alejandro.
I'm Johnathan Garcia.
Take
See you
care,
next time.
everybody.
Thank you for watching.